Hello everyone, this is Robert Wieber, and I just wanted to do my quiz review for you for week 4. And the question I've actually chosen for my quiz review is: when a deposition is being videotaped for a case in Tennessee state court, which Tennessee rule of civil procedure governs the procedure that the videographer and the parties must follow for the deposition? And I'm not going to click back and forth with all the rules. I'm just going to try and break them down real fast for you, just to make this video a little bit quicker. And we have the first one that we can select from is 3002 subsection 5, and this simply states the notice to a deponent is governed by Rule 34. So a video recording of a deposition wouldn't be covered by this rule, because it's basically just saying the notice that you're giving to somebody who has a deposition has to be in compliance with Rule 34. If we go down to the next one, 3002 section 4 subsection B is actually the correct answer that we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that one up just so I can show you real quick. And 3002 4 subsection B says, notwithstanding paragraph A, any deposition may be recorded by audio or visual means without a stenographic record. And it goes on basically to say down here, the following petitioner may observe in recording audio visual deposition. The deposition must begin with an oral or written statement on camera, which includes the operator's name, address, name and business address of the operator's employer, so forth. I'm not going to go through all this for you, but basically this governs the way in which this rule governs and way in which, if you chose to have a video recording of your deposition, this outlines how that deposition should be conducted and gives you some outline as to what needs to be included in that specific deposition that you're giving. And if we go down to 30.01, this would also not be a correct answer, because this talks about once an action is filed or commenced with the court, any party may conduct an oral examination or a deposition. If that were to be done within 30 days of service, meaning that the person received the notice and the complaint upon service of them, if that needs to be done within that first 30-day time frame, the plaintiff would have to get permission of the court actually to do it within that short of a time frame. At least that's my understanding of this specific rule. 3003 says the court may extend or shorten the time frame for a deposition. It says I believe it says it can enlarge. I'm just using the word extend. I hope that's appropriate. That's what it means to me, is that the court can determine that you have a longer time to conduct the deposition, or maybe a shorter time, like with Rule 30.01. You have less than, they want to do the deposition right away, less than 30 days. You file a motion with the court, and the court decides. Maybe that person's out of town, they're not available, and you might need additional days to conduct a longer time frame to conduct the time frame for that person to come back. And 3002 section 4 subsection A basically says parties may stipulate in writing that they do not want a stenographic deposition, and the court may order how the deposition is conducted. And under this rule, they must comply with Rule 30.03 and 30.02 subsection 5. If my notes are kind of messed up, but anyway, the notice to the respondent has to be in compliance with Rule 34, as I said earlier, and 30.03 was the court may extend or shorten the time frame for that deposition. And 30.02 section 7 wouldn't apply to this because it says parties can ask for a telephone deposition, or the court may order upon a motion, if I remember correctly, a telephone deposition to be done uh, and submitted to the court. So we're looking at the last one is telephone, and this 30.024A kind of goes with 32.0.4B, and that saying that, oh, well, we don't want a stenographic deposition, and you know, and okay, so we want it as an in this case, a videographer to do the deposition. So that complies with for 32024A and 30.024B. Kind of go together in those two rules. But the specific rule that we would be looking for is 30.02 section 4B, which talks specifically about audiovisual recordings, and that's basically what we're talking about here in this question. So that is the correct answer for this particular question. So that's my quiz review. I'm sorry I jumped around a little bit. I hope that made sense to everybody. And thank you for listening. Take care.